midnight dream, damnest thing you've ever seen. I like the likes of her. Where do I get me one of those girls? A farmer's daughter, homecoming queen, likes to fight, what a sweet little thing. She can drink iced tea, throw back a shot. Now there ain't much going, that girl ain't got.
Today I'm hosting a Wildlife Women event called Wranglin Whiskers. This is an overnight event. Starts out with a ladies only catfishing tournament followed by a camp out.
Hey y'all, it's Jazmin from Wildlife Women. I'm here with my mommy. We're headed to Ashland, Kentucky to our Wranglin Whiskers event. And actually this weekend makes, I guess, the 3-year anniversary since we actually had our first event as Wildlife Women. So woohoo for that! I'm really excited about catfishing too, because I haven't been since I was probably 4 or 5 years old, and I can actually take credit for my catch this time. So y'all better watch out, better bring it on, because the Jazz is gonna be there, and it is on. I'm bringing it. And I'm wondering if the fishtail is gonna be as big as when she was 4 years old and it drug her in the water. It was bigger than me. That's probably why I couldn't take credit for it. I didn't necessarily reel it in myself. So, anyways, we're gonna have a good time.
Miss Erin, our chapter leader up towards the Ashland area in Boyd County, holds a Wranglin Whiskers Catfish Tournament event. So we're all really excited about this.
Yeah.
And she was able to have it at a Paylake. And
Lake Allan Paylake.
Yes, Lake Allan Paylake. He actually had 2 different lakes. They were side by side. One was smaller and one was a little bigger. So he was going to close off the smaller lake for all of us ladies to use for our Wranglin Whiskers Catfish event. And that was kind of exciting.
It's Michelle, Fayette County Chapter Leader for Wildlife Women. Yet another first in the books for me. I'm going catfishing. Never been, don't have a pole. So hubby was sweet enough to purchase me a pole for my birthday present. So let's go get this catfishing done.
I get to Lake Allan Paylake early. I want to get my tent set up and my canopy set up and have all my gear ready to go before the other girls start getting there, because we've got so many tents to set up and get started on time. Misty's here. Michelle is here. Camp is set. Well, one camp. Got fishing canopy set up over there. Yeah, boy.
Today we are going catfishing, and I've been one time before. We didn't catch anything, so I didn't know what to expect. But as I loaded my car up, we were going camping also. But as I loaded up my car, when I go camping with either an air mattress, or I took today my twin size mattress off of my rollaway bed, because I don't sleep on the ground. I don't do that stuff, and I don't camp. You all seen that in Mud Mascara.
So last event we raided Bridget's car to show you what a Wildlife Woman vehicle looks like. I just took a picture of mine before I unloaded, but now we're going to hit Misty's car. Now, Misty's first camping event was Mud and Mascara, and so here's what we found out. 1, air mattresses are not reliable. 2, she found out a generator was coming to this event, so that probably changed the course of things. But let's explore Misty's trunk.
Of course, I have my pillows from home.
Not just 1.
2. Well, yeah,
Girls
2
gotta have
pillows
2.
from home. I've got my blanket and my sheets rolled up in a wad.
You are hilarious.
Oh, it gets better.
Of course, my clothes.
Mine all fit into like a strap backpack.
All of my fishing poles.
Is that a mattress?
And it is a mattress.
You are kidding me! You got a mattress!
It is a twin size mattress.
So, guys,
Yes, it's my car.
hang on. So this is what you learn at Wildlife Women events. When your air mattress fails, you just bring a real mattress to camp. Ain't that right, Misty?
Absolutely.
Now show us what's
better.
Can you show us what's in the back seat? That's what I'm waiting for you to get out. I saw this on her live Facebook video.
My fan for the generator. Can't sleep without it.
I got nothing.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Hey,
I ain't got half the nothing she's got in my car.
Tina said she was bringing a generator to bring extension cords and a fan, so I just listened and brought an extension cord and fan.
And this is only my second time camping.
Mine too.
I don't have that.
I don't camp.
Y'all should really see our car. We have a full SUV, and it's just the two of us.
For one night.
One night. It's, I mean, you would think if someone else came from the outside looking into this car, you would think that they were like, where y'all going for the week? Across the country? No.
And knowing us, they probably would believe that.
Oh, yeah, we got all over the place. But we got tents, frog gigging stuff, our catfishing poles, couple coolers worth of food, fans, because it's like 400 million degrees out.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
It's literally like 95 degrees right now, and the low is only like 73. So it's gonna be a hot night with lots of sweats. But along with all of that, you know, you gotta have your on the road snack. You know, so we had to stop at Cabela's and get some of their delicious cinnamon glazed pecans. It's like crack when you're on the road, or if you're outside, you know, or anywhere else. I mean,
Crack for campers.
crack for campers. That's what I'm gonna call it from now on. But since we're high class campers, high class travelers, high maintenance, you know, gotta have a car full when you go one night. Could you only imagine what we take when we actually go somewhere for a week? It's sad. But
We're taking generators and
we got generators, old fashioned
Plug-in
coffee
fans.
pots, because we're all coffee freaks. But that's a necessity, right? That's a necessity for all of us.
battery powered fans, plug-in fans.
Well, we're gonna have a really good time. I'm really excited about it. Mom's really excited about it. I think we're gonna have lots of laughs. We'll have a ton of film for y'all to see later. So enjoy.
I have an extension cord. I have my fan, because we were told we had a generator that we was going to be able to run that night, because it was supposed to be up in the high 90s all day long and just in the 70s at night. So I have that packed up in my car. I also have, like I said earlier, my mattress and my blankets, my pillows, everything that I would need to go camping for the night.
There was confusion from a lot of the girls on how to get there. Apparently the GPS was taking some of them a different way than others, and so we had a little texting war going on. Melissa got lost and drove about an hour out of the way. So also, you were talking about your chicken livers, and I said, hang on, there's Melissa. How lost are you?
Where's she at?
Where are you at right now? Westwood?
She went where I went.
You are downtown Ashland.
She's probably about
Ping her like you did me. That got me right
I
here.
sent you, okay, go back to where I sent you my location and come to there.
Click on that and use it.
Michelle got lost and also went to the same place Melissa did, and having just moved to Ashland in the last couple of years, I didn't even know where they were, so the only thing I could do is kind of redirect them to places that I knew and try to get them to a landmark where I could get them back on the road, but they finally made it.
Opening day is a finish line to a race that started months prior. A race consisting of dedication, determination, and preparation, resulting in blood, sweat, and anticipation. So when that moment of opportunity presents itself, you can draw peacefully, knowing your time, energy, and preparation started with Rackology. Everything you need, all in one bag.
Hey, this is James Sam with Kentucky Bugle Struts Outfitter. This is Brandon Thomas. We're the co-owners here at Kentucky Bugles and Struts. It's that time of year again. When it's a beautiful day here on one of our private properties we've got to hunt. It's probably got about 75,000 acres on it. And if you got the chance to hunt Kentucky elk this fall, woo! Man, are we excited. Give us a chance, give us a call. Talk to Brandon at 606-634-7640. He does all our booking. He does an outstanding job. Good luck. We hope to see you. But man, we're ready to make friends for life.
shoot like a boss.
So here we are coming into the lake. That's the big lake there. Lake we're fishing is kind of back there. It's a smaller version. Still got the big ones though. It's been stocked for the tournament. It's been stocked just for us.
Erin puts on great events, so we all end up having quite a drive to come to this one. I know I had a couple hours, and several of the other ladies did as well, and Melissa did too. She always has great prizes and donations and things to give away. There's actually a lot of money in this tournament for the biggest fish, and she's got trophies for the one that catches the most catfish and the largest fish, right?
Yeah.
But it is blistering hot when we get there.
Hey y'all, we finally made it to Ashland, to the Paylake. We're gonna head inside and sign up so we can get to fishing. And watch out, because I'm gonna be the winner later. Just remember that.
We decide we're going to camp too. The first thing we do is try to get camp set up.
Yeah, in the 100-degree weather. But, you know, we toughed our way through.
Yeah.
And this time, air mattresses worked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were very blessed. And my pit stop on the way was to purchase a battery-operated fan.
Yeah. Here she comes in with a fan. I don't know how to produce, so here I am getting the box. Okay, give this to me, and let's get the batteries in his. And, yeah, we'll hook the baby up and get us all fanned down a little bit, which is big.
Yeah, but it helped. Yeah.
So, yeah, it did.
We got everybody's tent set up before the event started. We had fishing poles that we had to get set up. Several of the girls have never catfished before, and so what you're going to find is a lot of them are showing up with brand new catfish rod and reels. And so Michelle is running to get her floaters, and we are going to get her all set up to fish tonight. Maybe if I can get over this line, gosh. This is why you need fingernails. Ah, got it. So, while she's going to get that, I'm going to get her line threaded. It's so hot. I'm so sweaty. My sunglasses, I'm talking to the camera.
That's all good.
My sunglasses are sliding off my nose. That's when you know it's hot, when your face is melting. Again?
Hey!
He has caught 3 fish in the last 5 minutes. That's crazy. I hope they bite that good for us.
Yeah, really.
So, Misty, do you want to finish talking about your chicken livers and pantyhose?
I guess I can.
Alright, so Misty brought
Chicken livers.
chicken livers to fish with, and I said, Misty, did you bring pantyhose? And she said,
No, why would you need pantyhose? I don't know.
so the reason why you need pantyhose for catfishing with chicken liver is because liver is very soft.
Okay.
And so what happens is when you put the hook through it, it'll hang on the hook. Then when you go to cast it, the force of the cast will sometimes sling it off your hook.
Okay.
So what you do is you take a little tiny piece of pantyhose or like a knee-high, and you tie it around the chicken liver to help hold it on.
Well, that's cool.
And then when the catfish bite it, they still get the flavor, they can still smell it, but it'll hold the liver on a little better. So, I don't know. I guess we're about to find out.
We have intruders.
Or participants. The crowd started rolling in actually pretty early. The event was set to start at 5 o'clock with an educational speaker, kind of giving us a little catfishing basics, the best way to fish for these particular catfish that they had stocked in this pond, and maybe some tips and clues on how to make it a successful catfishing tournament. Hey, we're here at the Wildlife Women Wranglin Whiskers event at Lake Allan Paylake in Ashland, Kentucky. I'm here with co-owner of the lake, Daryl Short Jr. He is getting ready to lead our instructional portion of the events and teach us a little safety, fishing safety, pond etiquette, and how we can catch the biggest catfish tonight.
Hello, my name's Daryl Short. Like she said earlier, I'm with Lake Allan Paylake. We've been up here for about a year now. This is our catch-up pond. Over there is our trophy lake where most of the big fish go. We've also got big trophy fish in here as well. Most of our little fish come from a farm-raised farm in Missouri, Arkansas, Mississippi. We truck them up here and put them in our lakes for people to catch and eat.
All right, so we just want to thank Daryl and Lake Allan Paylake for letting us have this event here, and we are ready to get started.
This one's kind of small because of the lips on the catfish. Also recommend using a leader with the hook tied to the swivel. That way when you catch a fish and it starts rolling, it'll be able to roll and it won't tangle up your line and break it. I would recommend using a 20-pound leader. That way it doesn't bust, because these fish fight pretty good. And I would recommend using nothing other than 10-pound test line as well.
What kind of fish do we have in here?
In this lake, we're going to be fishing for catfish.
I mean,
small
like-
farm-raised catfish.
Like blue cats, channel cats?
There'll be channel cats. There's also some blue cats as well in there, trophy fish. Up to 48 pounds is what we got.
Oh, wow.
That's some monsters. Some big ones. That's mine. Those are mine.
So they should bite very well.
I won't catch a one tonight.
I always use a bead and then a sinker.
So I just got here at Lake Allan Paylake, and Daryl Short Jr. just finished with his class. It was really informative. We had a great time. He taught all the ladies how to bait up their hooks and how to fix their fishing poles. He went over some basic tips on how to catfish, and I'm pretty sure that everybody feels confident now that we'll do a pretty good job with catching some catfish.
We about to wrangle some whiskers. and the tournament is getting ready to start, and we just had a bunch of girls pull in, so I think we're like almost to the 20 mark. Hey, wait a minute.
16.
Wait, you were 16?
Yeah, I was 16.
Is fish going to get hurt in this episode? No fish will be hurt in the filming of this episode of Wildlife Women.
Some
you
lips
heard
will
that.
be ripped, though.
Lips will be ripped, but they'll live. So at 6 o'clock on the dot, Daryl calls, tournament begin. And the next half hour was nothing short of chaos. There were so many catfish caught in the first half hour of that tournament. Our heads were spinning. I didn't even cast my rods until 7:15, and the tournament started at 6.
Here's one.
I hadn't saved that sucker out there.
As soon as you turned around, it went under. I hollered like 3 times. Cassie, you got a fish. 3 pounds and 12 ounces.
We need to go ahead and get the hook out of him. Let him sit. Stay still. Oh, he swallowed it.
What was it now? 3 pounds, 12 ounces, number 12. 3 pounds.
Gosh, buddy.
Swallowed it.
Did he swallow it?
Yeah, he swallowed it.
Okay.
Put him back in the water till he gets over here.
Yeah, you can just set it down in there.
He didn't bring it. They're biting like crazy.
God, they are. Tell
They're
again.
hungry.
Hey, you got your,
It's dinner time.
He didn't bring mine over here. I need a. Holy cow! She just put that out in the water. Look at that.
Keep that down for just a second. Make sure we
How many pots already? 5 or 6?
I got one
5.
over here.
Lord, he needs like a 4-wheeler to ride back and forth.
He needs help. He can't leave that woman over there. She's pulling them in left and right. So, fishing tournament has started, and I'm too busy filming, and I haven't even got mine out in the water yet. So guess what? I'm gonna go catfishing.
Nope. What? What's my hook together, I bet?
Oh, look!
Yay! Why is it not flopping? Is it already there? Get him in.
What's your number, Jazz?
What? 8. Can I grab these by the teeth?
No, they'll thorn you here.
Hang on. She's gonna give you a rag. She got it in the right spot.
I got it.
But he swallowed that rascal.
Hold it. Let me get you a picture.
Hold on.
What is?
312's the highest.
Okay.
I'm number 15. Don't fall over this. And she's got one here.
Okay, now.
Oh, you holding it? You waiting the net?
Yeah, you gotta wait the net too.
Somebody's net might be heavier. Somebody else's.
Yeah, but I'll show you a trick here in a minute.
Oh, you'll weigh the net and take it
Yeah.
off. Okay.
Okay, 212.
Shut off. He sure felt bigger. Are you sure that 12? No. Say that again, Linda. He sure felt bigger.
Don't touch it, let somebody else know.
Oh, yeah. That's a good size.
That's
Weigh
a
that
good one.
That's a fat one.
Oh my gosh. Do they bite like this all the time?
No, they're starving.
He's talking.
Oh.
Did he swallow it?
We were so lucky to have chapter leader Tina Thornsberry in attendance at this event because I'm pretty sure she probably set up about 10 different catfishing rigs for other people besides herself.
Tina actually came in and saved quite a bit of us that night too. I mean, there was a
Yeah.
lot of instruction from Miss Tina Thornsberry as well.
She's awesome. Yeah, she helped us out a lot. She couldn't even fish at the beginning because of all of us girls over there on the side saying, how do we hook this up and how do we do this and how do we tie a knot and blah, blah, blah. So she's over here, which I knew how to tie a knot. So I'm trying to help her, but then I'm not sure about some other things. So I'm trying to ask her things. And poor Tina, she probably didn't fish for the first hour because she's too busy helping us girls.
And And this is a ladies only catfishing tournament. So, and we have a mixture of experience levels at this tournament. We have new people to Wildlife Women, new people to catfishing, new people to Ashland, and it's just a very good mixture. I think there was like 20 women that showed up.
Yes.
And a few men tried, but we had to run them off.
Well, you know, it's not that we didn't want to. I mean, we needed to because this was an all-ladies event, and we couldn't let them come in on us ladies.
So we're about an hour and a half into the tournament. As soon as these baits hit the water, everybody's catching fish. We catching fish all over the place. And we're just now slowing down enough that I can give a t-shirt away. So we did number drawings, and we are giving away a Drake t-shirt to lucky number 12, which is also my lucky number. So that makes me pretty happy that we drew it first. All right. T-shirt, my dear. So Drake Waterfowl, it's one of our great sponsors.
All right.
Can you tell us your name?
Diana Salyers.
Diana came from, you live here in Ashland? Rush. To fish with us today. How'd you hear about this event? Facebook. All right, gotta love social media. So she's also slaying the catfish this evening. So we might have to put her in timeout if she don't quit catching so many.
The first few minutes started out pretty quick. I put both poles in. Thought I was going to catch big ones on one pole and small ones on the other pole. It didn't turn out that way. These farm-raised fish that they haven't fed since Thursday are pretty hungry. I'd say within the first 15 minutes of this tournament, I'd say all of us ladies have probably caught close to 20, maybe even 30 fish. It just seems like everybody across the lake keeps hollering fish on. So it's pretty exciting, and looks like we are in for a great night of catfishing.
Hi, Melissa. How's Wranglin Whiskers?
It's awesome. I haven't caught a fish yet, though.
Have you been fishing?
A little. I've been trying to help everybody else.
Has it been crazy?
It's been crazy.
How was the first 5 minutes of Wranglin Whiskers?
Oh my God. To be honest, it's the craziest 5 minutes I've been in because I didn't even have anything out in the water and everybody was catching them, and I was too busy running around trying to help other people.
I feel you. Yeah. All right, so here's little Lake Allan here. I guess I was most excited to fish with Cassie because we've kind of declared ourselves the catfishing queens this fishing season. She and I have both put in a lot of time at the Paylake, and she's been doing some jug fishing on the river, and I've been doing some pond fishing on a friend's farm. So we kind of had already declared that we were going to be the catfish queens. Here's the catfish queen herself, Cassie.
Super excited to be here at Lake Allan Paylake. Erin Stump, our chapter leader, has put on a phenomenal event, an event that I'm super excited about because I love catfishing, and I'm really looking forward to the catfish queen slaying some fish.
Cassie, how's it going?
It's going good. I've caught, I think, seven fish so far.
Where are you?
16. I think it's 7. I've caught.
17. Got
16,
a fish.
no, I'm 16.
No, I know. 17 just caught a fish.
Huh?
17 just caught a fish.
17 just
we
caught
got 17!
Yeah. But it's going great. I've caught 7 fish. I just wish they quit eating my hooks.
We're
going to be out of bait and hooks before the first 2 hours is over.
Yeah. Misty.
They tried to talk me into baiting my own hook. Erin had leeches, live leeches. No, I don't do that. I don't do worms either. So they had leeches and worms, all this live bait. And I looked at Cassie, I said, you're going to have to do this for me because I can't do it. And me and Melissa had been messaging back and forth because I have never took a fish off of a hook, for one. I have never baited my hook with a worm. I have used crickets and I have used minnows. So those don't bother me as bad as worms. But during this whole catfishing day, it was kind of crazy because at first, when the tournament started, they was people, you couldn't get 2 poles in the water. They were people, fish on the whole time.
Tell us about Wranglin Whiskers.
It's awesome.
What are you doing right now?
Keeping count of who catches what fish and how many they've got.
And what are we doing for who catches the most fish?
The most fish is a trophy.
And big fish? Money!
Cash money. Cash money.
Cash money. There's Bridget and Michelle. They're just having a little heart-to-heart, kind of taking it all in. And there's little Miss Jazz. caught her first catfish.
Got her first
Being a
catfish.
winner, and I'm in last place.
Now wait a minute. We got to get a picture of the feet, the video of the feet, because I didn't put on my boots because it was so hot. So I have the great flip-flop tan line, and they're filthy. Look how dirty.
Melissa, I hate feet. That's all I can stand. So, Jazz, how was catching your first catfish?
It was great.
Yeah?
I did get stabbed. Stabbed me right in the thumb. I said I was going to take it like a big girl.
And you
it stabbed
did?
me right in the thumb.
And you did?
They said, use this rag. I said, no, I'm going to do it like a big girl. And then you see what I get. You see what happens.
You got spined.
I got spined.
And here's Mama Linda, taking it easy in the shade.
With my fan.
With her fan.
I'm a fan of catfishing.
You're a fan of catfishing. Oh my gosh. And here's my nemesis, Tina. Tina had already put a bounty on my head that she was going to outfish me, which was okay because I love a little friendly competition, but we had this nice little meme war going on the whole day leading up to the event. So I was super excited when she got there, and we just kind of continued our friendly banter throughout the night. But Tina ended up being so busy fixing everybody's fishing rods and tying on new rigs that she actually didn't get to fish that much. We kind of made her the gear queen. Tina and Tiana. And Tina talked big game, but turns out Tiana is the one that's slaying the fish.
She takes that after her mom.
She get it from her mama? There were 3 mother-daughter pairs in attendance, which is always kind of cool to see mothers and daughters experiencing outdoor events together.
That's who she got it from.
She is actually, Tiana is in the lead right now with 13 fish. Is that right?
I think
13, I think's count. So
13, and maybe, I don't know if it's 13 or 14.
maybe our youngest
She just got
participant.
another one. Yeah.
So maybe 14, yeah.
Because she just got another one.
Yeah, uh-oh, Melissa's on the pole.
I'm on the pole.
She is on the pole. One of the mother-daughter teams that was there, I went over and introduced myself to them. They came in, and they've obviously, the mother had done this before, but I found out that the daughter had never catfished before and had also never fished a catfish tournament before.
Okay.
All right, so first catfishing tournament.
Yep.
What do you think?
It's pretty fun. It's my first time catfishing.
Period?
Yeah.
Like ever? Wow, that's pretty awesome. So, are you hooked?
Yeah.
Da-dutch.
Yeah.
How many catfish have you caught?
I think that's 9 or 10.
Are you having fun?
Oh yeah, having a blast.
Is it cool to be up here fishing with all girls and no guys?
Yes. Just don't tell him I said so.
We won't tell anybody. We won't tell the boys. Okay. I was really excited to have a lady named Sherry at my tournament. Sherry is at Lake Allan Paylake almost every weekend fishing tournament. She fishes on the big trophy pond for the big catfish all the time. So I was absolutely thrilled when she came to my tournament. All right, this is our other mother-daughter tribe over here hanging out under the blue tent. How's it going, girls?
Going good.
How many have we caught?
3 for me.
I don't have
You lost count, right? Because she's the catfish queen right there. That's another catfish queen. So, are we after most fish or big fish tonight?
I do big fish.
Big fish. Go big or go home, right?
Exactly right.
We had women there that were just there for the cash payout. And then we also had a couple ladies there who are having their first girls' night out in a very long time. All right, girls, how's it going?
It's hot.
I know it is super hot.
So hot.
Steamy.
But you're slaying the fish.
Slaying them.
Yeah. You're up to what?
I think most of this sweat is stress sweat.
Stress sweat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're not going to talk about what my sweat is. But I've been here a while,
I don't know
so.
what I'm up to.
A few.
6 or 7?
Yeah, a few. Y'all have been doing well down here.
Not too bad.
You're definitely in the honey hole. Definitely in the honey hole. Are we in it for most fish or big fish?
Big.
Big fish.
Oh yeah.
Money, 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 money.
Come on.
That's the theme song for tonight.
All the kids are eating right now.
Yeah, we need the big ones.
Right. I think once that sun drops behind those trees, we're going to see the big boys start coming to the top.
That's what we need.
So, yeah, all the little ones, will knock them out of the way real quick and then go from there.
Yeah.
It was super fun to have moms and daughters there together, as well as people that had never participated in this kind of event. It kind of makes our events feel like we're actually accomplishing our goal when you see that happening.
The
The X-Stand brand stands for something. It's something you can't put a price tag on, and it sets them apart from the rest of the industry. It was built from the ground up with a genuine work ethic that doesn't cut corners. X-Stand products are world-class and use hunt-safe technologies to go above and beyond normal safety standards. Just like the revolutionary technology of the Jaw safety system, X-Stand products stand for safety and quality. X-Stand. Simply smarter, simply safer.
I'm Tina Thornsberry, the owner and guide of Beaver Creek Outfitters in beautiful Knott County, Kentucky, the elk capital of the East. If you were lucky and you drew a tag to come hunt in Kentucky, give us a call at 606-369-6594. Let Justin, Ross, Brad, or myself help you fill your tag of a lifetime.
We ended up having about, I guess it was 20 women for the rest of the night. And the tournament was from 6 to
midnight.
Was it midnight or what?
Yeah,
midnight.
midnight.
And I'm telling you what, it was just the craziest thing. When he said go,
oh,
I've never seen anything like it.
Well, the ladies that was from the area that had came, never heard of Wildlife Women, but came to the event, one of them, Betty, she was competitive. She'd been catfishing before, and Betty, she was out there, and before I knew it, before I didn't even get anything out in the water, I'm hearing, got one!
Yeah.
Got one!
So the first hour is pretty much...
Yeah.
Organized chaos is how we like to call it, because the fish are just biting crazy.
Golly, it's bigger than the first one.
Get it. Oh.
2.
Yay. What's your number though? What's your number?
8.
8.
Yeah. Yep. That's bigger than the first one, I think.
Yeah. And I mean, it was one, got one, over and over and over. And we were allowing 2 poles per lady. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't even get their second pole in the water because of fish, biting the other one and having to get it back in. So it was really exciting. But who knew it would be that intense? I had no idea.
I had no idea either. I mean, I was really like, what in the world? And the thing is about it is we have to realize, too, I had to remember is this event was on a Saturday. He had stopped the Paylake, I think, on Wednesday evening or Thursday morning.
I think it was Thursday.
And they hadn't been fed anything. So the catfish were hungry.
Daryl.
What's up?
Have you got your workout in tonight?
Yes, I have.
Were
Looks
you
like everybody's had fun.
Were you expecting this?
No, I wasn't expecting it about this good.
Like, in the first 5 minutes, what did you realize?
That the fish was just biting crazy.
And that you needed more help?
Yes.
Well, the first hour of the catfishing tournament's over, and I think I've caught I think I'm up to 6 or 7 fish by now. I know a lot of the other ladies are catching a lot of fish. It's just been back and forth. I think these fellas here at Lake Allan Paylake are going to rethink doing a farm raised tournament in the near future because the fella that is helping us, has run himself to death. I'd say he's lost a good 10 pounds today just running after and weighing fishes. Big thing with farm raises, they're all about the same size, so we're not really catching poundage wise, but we're catching a lot of fish. So it's going to be really interesting to see who ends up winning the biggest catfish of the night.
All right, giveaway number 2 tonight is a Yeti hat. That's going to go to lucky number 19. Number 19, girlfriend! Yeti hat for you. Are you having fun?
I am having
I
fun.
know you were excited to be here at like a girls only thing.
Yes.
How
no kids, no husbands.
How's it sizing up so far?
It's good. I was here and everybody's catching them left and right.
Yeah.
And I was like, not gonna get any, and then 30 minutes in, then I got like four right after.
Bam,
one after,
bam,
yeah.
bam, bam.
So I'm like waiting for the big daddy.
Yeah, I think like the cooler that it gets, the better off it's going to be.
The sun going down.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
The kids have had the snacks, and now the adults have come out now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what we're hoping for. We're hoping for the big cats. Well, congratulations.
Thank you
Are
so
you from
much.
here in Ashland?
Yes, I've lived in Ashland for 16 years. Yes.
Wow, that's awesome. I've lived here for 3 years. So, how'd you hear about us?
My friend Tony bought it right here. Her and her husband are avid fishermen.
Yes.
Yes. So she was like, let's go fishing. And I said, it's been 9 years since I've been fishing. So here I am.
So you don't fish on the regular?
No, not anymore.
So you're kind of like, this is like your like debut.
Yeah.
On the fishing scene.
Ball back into
Nice.
Just like a bicycle.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, we are super pumped to have you.
I'm glad.
Congratulations on your
I hope
fish.
there's more of these events like this. I
Oh,
really like it.
there's been all kinds. Where you been?
I work too much, I guess.
I feel you.
Erin is doing some great giveaways tonight. One of the ladies just won a Yeti hat, and I think she's gave out some t-shirts from Deer 30 Minerals.
I'd say in the first hour there were probably 50 fish caught. Just in the first hour.
Yeah, there was quite a few.
I mean, it was crazy with everybody, and then it was just competitiveness just sinking in.
Yeah.
Everybody was just going crazy, getting these in and making sure you were counting them and adding them up. Who's got this? Who's got that? Who's got this weight? And
How many has so and so got now? It was like, oh, okay. She really got that many. And just all of us hollering and squalling like, how many so and so got down there? Or what have you? We was competitive.
Absolutely. And I ended up I just remember being so hot and just melting and trying to catch a catfish. I didn't have that much luck. So Tina comes over and she says, let me help you. And she gets my pole, and needless to say, I've held this pole for about 2 hours with nothing on this pole. Tina comes over, fixes my pole, tosses it in, and as she's talking to me, gets a bite with the same thing that I have been doing for 2 hours.
Yeah. So Miss Bridget reels in.
I mean, really.
Fish.
So then she hands me the pole and lets me reel it in. So technically, I don't really feel like that's my fish. I think Tina has this magic fingers.
Shoot like a boss.
Thacker Grigsby is constantly working to bring the latest technologies home. Home, where we live and work in this community, a place we want to see grow and prosper. Thacker Grigsby is committed to a Fiber to the Home project, which will bring every home and business in our service area fiber within a 5-year period. We're halfway there, but we won't stop until we reach our goal. And that's a big deal. We're committed to serving you and our community.
The guys that owned the lake would go around and they would take they had a measuring tape, and they would take and measure the catfish, how big it was and how long it was, and so we would go and see who would have the biggest one.
Yeah, double! Double! Get it in!
God, that's huge, Erin.
Hey, Daryl, I need your help down here. Got them on both sides.
Spit it out, Hoss.
Number 18 has one.
I need my pliers. You got pliers in your pocket?
I'm gonna run out of hooks, Mike, this is ridiculous.
I've been over watching that old man fishing. Yeah, get to the big lake too.
I'm gonna have to cut this.
Okay.
Why are you having to cut it for?
Because he swallowed the hook, and if I pull it out, it'll kill him. Easy, buddy, easy.
Here's my baby fish. He ain't big enough to weigh.
Ah, quit.
Those things will not cut. Here's a knife.
Fish, 16's got one.
It's me. Cassie, will you mark it there?
Yeah, I marked me and you both. What number's you?
1.
Where's the pen?
It's on the thing. Little fishy. I don't think that's a 4-pounder.
Well, you never know.
What number was you, Erin?
1.
Two.
4. Number 5.
Number 4.
Now I gotta get to the big lake real quick.
4 and 5.
So the prizes for Wranglin Whiskers were a cash payout for big fish and a trophy for the most fish caught. Daryl was running around that pay lake like a crazy person until at least 8 o'clock. There were so many fish being caught on opposite sides of the pond, and he was having to weigh them all, and he was shouting out the weights, and he was shouting out who caught what fish, and we were trying to keep a tally of who caught how many fish and which person had the heaviest fish. And so until 8 o'clock, it was just madness at that pay lake in the best way that madness could occur.
I was even I brought my own bait, which is so funny because everybody's laughing at me. I went and got chicken livers and put cherry Kool-Aid on it and had let it sit outside in that hot sun all day. Whew, the smell was pretty bad. So I'm using that, and everybody else is using kind of the same stuff.
Yeah.
And eventually, after a while, Tina was like, "Here, use some of my bait," which she had the same stuff. Same stuff.
She had magic dust on it, though.
Evidently. So I stick it on my pole. But now I will say that I went all night, and of course, the tournament ended at 12. And he came out and stopped the tournament, and he told us ladies we could fish however long we wanted to, but we wasn't allowed to, the tournament was over. And the thing is, too, during the tournament, we wasn't allowed to keep any fish. Once we got
catch
counted,
and release for the tournament.
It's catch and release. So once we caught our fish and we got the number count down on paper, and then if it was a big fish, it got weighed to see who was going to have the biggest fish. They got released. So once the tournament ended at 12, he told us we could keep fish, and I was like, "Well, Dad, burn it. We got to catch some fish here and take some home to eat." Is the way I felt.
The plan was to cook it.
Yeah, we was going to cook it that night at the campfire.
Well, and I was all about cooking the fish until Linda breaks out this stinky bait. Oh my gosh. That was probably the worst smelling thing I've ever smelled in my life.
Don't remind me.
So everybody's gagging. Linda's dying. And of course she decides to stick it in my nose and on her finger. Smell this. So it didn't even touch me, but for the next hour, I'm so convinced that this is on my nose.
It was horrible.
She
Horrible.
thought she had stepped in it or something because she was like, I can still smell this.
So
for
we
hours.
used the stinky bait. We did caught some fish, but I don't know.
We
if
made
it
her
was
put
worth
that
it.
stuff up.
That had to go.
Ooh, we was
Yeah.
like, no, the chicken livers and chicken and stuff was bad enough. That stuff wasn't going to stay
That had to
around
go.
much longer. Yeah.
By 8:30, I was so tired that I thought it would be a great idea for us to take like a half-hour intermission, like a lunch break, so that we could like gather our thoughts and everybody could get their hooks tied back on and get ready for the second part of the fishing tournament. Big Daryl, which is also a co-owner of Lake Allan Paylake, had brought a grill and he cooked hamburgers and hot dogs, and by the time I called for intermission, the hot dogs were done. They were smelling fantastic. Everybody was starving. So we took us a quick little break.
Opening day is a finish line to a race that started months prior. A race consisting of dedication, determination, and preparation, resulting in blood, sweat, and anticipation. So when that moment of opportunity presents itself, you can draw peacefully, knowing your time, energy, and preparation started with Rackology. Everything you need, all in one bag.
I'm a grandma.
I am a mommy.
I am a photographer.
I am a stay-at-home mom.
I am a student.
I am a Kentucky Elk guide.
I am a teacher.
I'm a biotech sales representative.
I am a human services supervisor.
I am a paralegal.
I am a meat producer.
I am a provider.
I am a high school job coach.
I am a healthcare worker.
I am Wildlife Women. For more Wildlife Women adventures, tune in to Hometown 24 on YouTube.
Tucked in the mountains of eastern Kentucky, perfect for a quiet weekend getaway or a fun-filled group adventure, visit us at Big Branch Cabins. Bring your ATV for some beautiful, scenic mountain riding. Our small cabin sleeps up to 4 people, and the big cabin sleeps up to 10, with another cabin coming soon. So bring the entire family. There's tons of parking and plenty of room to enjoy the outdoors. Cook out, play cornhole, hike, fish, or simply relax. Come visit us at Big Branch Cabin Rentals, nestled in the heart of Knott County.
We are halfway through the night, and as of right now, for the biggest fish, I think the poundage on it is a little over 3 pounds. I keep trying to catch a big fish, but I don't know if they've got them suckers in this lake or not because I can't seem to find them. So I'm just hoping that in the next few minutes, either a bluegill or a chadhead will help me catch a bigger fish and win this tournament.
I don't touch catfish. I learned again that I'm not a fisherman, but I will go and just sit and enjoy it because Erin caught this catfish probably about that big, I would say, maybe a little bit bigger, just depending. And she's coming at me with this catfish. Touch it, Misty, touch it. So guess what? I took my finger like I'm petting a cat, and I'm petting the belly of this catfish because it's absolutely disgusting.
Number 1. I think this is my 3rd fish. Really, just touch it. It can't hurt you, I promise. I've got everything.
Good.
I've got everything dangerous.
There, I'm petting it.
See? It's talking. It's saying, I love you,
purring?
Misty.
It's talking to me.
I love you.
Oh, yeah.
I love the way you rub my belly.
Okay.
Rub its belly right here.
There was a spider crawling.
See? It's not that bad.
But what was so bad about the whole night is I didn't catch a fish the whole night, and the tournament ended at 12. And I'm even using magic bait. Yeah, and 12:30, I catch my first catfish when the tournament's over. So my paper has no fish listed on the tournament, but yet after the tournament, I start catching fish.
At least you got one.
Yeah, I did get one.
Tina actually got mine. I just reeled it in. I think I don't know what's worse. It's not been the best event for me, actually, or you, because we just did not harvest many
I will
catfish.
say, when I got that catfish in, I kissed it. I was happy I got me a fish. I come all that way not to not get a fish or to get not a fish or however you want to say that, but I finally got a fish, so I kissed him.
That was exciting.
Yeah, it was.
Well, my favorite part of the night is actually my daughter came. So she was just so excited about fishing, and sitting there watching her just made me think of when she was a little girl and going catfishing. She had this big catfish she caught at a Paylake, and I knew at 4 years old that she was going to be a fisherman, because she told the biggest fish tale that ever existed when I came up to the lake.
She comes by it, honestly.
Well, maybe. I do catch monsters, so just so you know. Mm-hmm. So she's telling at 4 years old, this fish is this big, and she went all the way down to the water, and it pulled her in, and her dad had to save her, and all this big tale, and I'm looking at him, and he's going, that's not exactly how it happened. We don't know where it came from. So now, gosh, 18 years later, she's 22 now, mm-hmm. She decides she's going to go catfishing again. So I'm really glad that she came, and she loved it, and she caught quite a few. Get it in, is it a weigher?
Nah. I think that's one of the other bills off. That's a good one.
Get up here. Nah, it's no bigger than the other ones. I got 5 now. Good job.
Swallowed your hook.
She learned how to tie her own hooks and bait her own hooks. And again, the ladies and Tina especially reached out. Erin helped. I mean, Linda helped. Everybody was helping each other and helped her quite a bit.
Yeah, and she got finned.
Oh, yeah. She actually got initiated.
Yeah, because she didn't realize that how to hold a catfish. So when she got the first one in, she grabbed it the wrong way. And, of course, she got...
Yeah. And she got she was bleeding quite a bit. But she toughed it out. And I was just really excited to have her there with me that night and watch her love it. And the tournament was over, and she was begging not to stop.
Yeah, and she was with me about wanting to cook catfish that night. Yeah. And I'm thinking, okay, I want some catfish to eat. But I think by 1 in the morning, I'm like, oh,
we were so tired.
I'm dead.
And just think how the girls felt. Like Cassie was like reeling them in like crazy. Erin's running around like I don't know what, trying to keep everything going.
She's kissing all the catfish.
Yeah, she was trying to run the event and fish, and Cassie is over here reeling them in, and Tina's daughter Kiana is just reeling them in one after another, and I'm like, they're 10 feet on either side of me. What is going on?
I was sitting beside Tina's daughter, right beside of her, and I'm not catching a thing. I don't know if there was a hole there, or if she had a diver out in the water just putting them on the hooks for her. I don't know. That's what I'm going to say it is, because...
So these girls had to have some muscle aches, because those fish fought, and they were pulling them in one after another.
After the break, the temperatures had cooled down, the fish were a little less active, and the atmosphere of the tournament kind of changed a little bit. Everybody was a little more relaxed. I think there was some music got turned on, and there was definitely a lot more laughs.
I told you that's a fish. Fish on. I caught it when I casted it. That must be snag. Watch out, she's a long one. Snaggy, snaggy, snaggy. Fish on. That's a big one. Yeah, whoa now.
Does that need weighed?
Yeah, buddy. Oh, you're so pretty. You're such a pretty little kitty.
Your tail fin. Well, I mean, we did the turkey dance at Mud Mascara. We got.
we are at the last hour of the tournament. The 3-pound whopper is still winning this thing. Don't know what else I'm gonna have to try to catch a big one. I've tried everything from 3-day-old chicken to Kool-Aid chicken to green worms, you name it. I've tried it. The big fish just aren't biting. So I guess I'm gonna hope to snag a little bigger farm-raised catfish.
So all through the night, Tiana and Cassie were neck and neck for most fish. And I did not think that Cassie was going to stop until she outdid her. But Tiana ended up finishing the night with a total of 18 fish, which was more than anybody else had caught the entire night. Cassie, on the other hand, at the last minute, ended up catching the biggest fish of the night. It's video and it's too dark.
Okay.
5-pound each.
Yeah!
Yeah! Big fish!
Yeah, we'll go away the.
But once the tournament was over, we got to tally up who all caught the most fish and who had the biggest fish. And do you remember, 30 minutes before the tournament ended, Cassie ended up beating the other lady from Ashland. The one lady,
it was just a few
she was
ounces.
probably the first fish caught the whole night. Was like the biggest fish of the night. And then 30 minutes before that tournament ended, Cassie pulls in a bigger fish and ended up
and wins the money. She won the pot.
Yeah, that's what we were all there and why we so competitive, because we were after that money.
Way to go, Miss Cassie.
Yeah, so she claims she's the catfishing queen, so I guess she
We'll
proved
give it to her.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, she proved it that night.
We all got beat by a younger girl. I mean, Tiana, she totally caught like 19 catfish that day between 6 p.m. and 12. But it was pretty cool because she was, I mean, as soon as she would throw her pole out, she would reel a catfish in, throw her pole out, reel a catfish in. I mean, it was amazing.
All right, so that's a wrap. It is midnight and Wranglin Whiskers tournament has come to an end. We've had a ball of fun. We've caught a ton of fish, and we are ready to give out some trophies at this point. We have trophies to give away for big fish, and we have a trophy to give away for most fish caught, and then we got some cash money to give out to the big fish winner. So what we did tonight was we kept a running tally. Each girl was given a number as she signed in at the bait house, and we kept a tally all night long every time a fish was caught. So our most caught fish winner for the night is number 13. Woo! Come get your trophy, girlfriend. She had a total.
She's got a fish right now. You'll have to.
Are you serious? She's caught fish number 19 of the night. So, but that's going to be a keeper. A keep. All right. Well, when she gets that in,
throw her in, okay?
Throw her in the pond.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. And then our big fish winner and cash pal of the night goes to the catfishing queen herself, Cassie Diamond. Come get your trophy.
I come get my
Your bass fishing trophy. Come get your bass fishing trophy.
It was so much fun.
Gosh, it was
Thank
so
you.
much fun.
Yeah,
I couldn't have asked for a better turnout. I couldn't have asked for better weather. I couldn't ask for a better time. I'm so thankful to be a part of this organization and have another successful event in the books.
Well, y'all, the Catfish Queen came through with the victory. I ended up in the last 15 minutes of the tournament reeling in a 4-pound, 3-ounce catfish. Pretty excited about my little trophy. Yes, we know it's a bass on top, but apparently the trophy world doesn't recognize catfish tournaments just quite yet. But I'm pretty stoked about it. Won $190 to go in my pocket. Had a great time with these girls, and looking forward to our next adventure.
So here she is, the catfish slaying queen, Miss Tiana, trophy for most fish caught. We're so happy to have you here with us tonight. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And I'm glad it wasn't your mom.
And then the second trophy was for the most fish, and that actually went to Tina's daughter, Kiana.
Yeah.
And we call her name, and the winner of the most fish is, she don't come. She don't come. She don't come. And we're looking around. Oh, she's got a fish on the line.
She's over there still fishing. I think she ended up catching like 20-some fish that night. It's like almost
crazy.
30. I mean, it was crazy. It was unreal. And what made the night even better is the trophies that Miss Erin brought in, because we were all competitive about that money, but I think we were after the tacky trophies. Because
we love the bass on the top of our catfishing event.
Our catfishing event with our bass trophies. It was awesome.
Y'all, we crowned a catfish princess tonight. Our chapter leader, Tina's daughter, Tiana, burnt up the catfish tonight. She walked away the champ of overall how many catfish were caught tonight. She caught 18 cats tonight. Super proud of her. Every time I looked over, that young'un was reeling the fish in, so I have to give mad props to her. She nailed it tonight. I tried catching her all night, but she had 18 and I had 15, so I bowed down and I'll gracefully let her win that one.
As Wranglin Whiskers winds down, it's been an amazing night. We've had a great turnout, everybody's caught catfish, everybody's got to laugh, and overall it's just been a very successful event for Wildlife Women.
It was amazing. We had such a an experience because, you know, the elements, it was so hot outside. And then at nighttime, we decided about 2 a.m. to go get into our tents and to go to sleep, of course, with girls over in the next tent. And me in the tent with my sister and my niece, we didn't go to sleep. It was 4 o'clock that morning before any of us even dozed off. But it was beautiful outside. The moon was out. The stars was out. We did have a little bit of a breeze, so it wasn't terribly hot in the tent.
Good night, everybody. Oh, my God. We are so exhausted. We have been, we could smell Erin's feet from the other tent.
I promise you it's that stank bait. It's harmless. That thing stuck in my nose hairs.
Oh my God. Wranglin Whiskers was a success, except we all are very sweaty and smelly in these tents. It's a little too hot to be camping.
It's way too hot to be camping.
I'm a little sticky.
Way too hot to be camping.
I had a Diet Mountain Dew like 2 hours ago. I'm the only one that's not tired.
And it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and we've been here since, well, y'all been here since noon.
Erin got here at 12.
And we got here like at 3 in the day. We fished all evening. We had a great turnout, and now we are crashing. Night.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
We had so much fun.
Yeah.
We obviously were primitive camping, so we had no shower. They did have a really nice porta potty at the Paylake, though.
I will say that. It was huge.
That is the nicest, cleanest porta potty I have ever seen.
It was very clean. Usually I go in them and I don't have room to move, and I'm like worried about getting something or a snake being in it. But I sure don't want to get bit on the butt.
So they have a lot of catfish in a nice porta potty at Lake Allan Paylake in Ashland.
I think we were amazed. Give us food and a nice bathroom and we're happy.
But we had no shower. We were so hot. We were all doing the baby wipe bath.
Yes.
And have decided to just call it a night because we are absolutely exhausted.
Yeah.
Thank the Lord that it did cool off a little bit. And Tina was smart enough to bring a generator, so we did some primitive camping with electric fans plugged up to the generator.
They did. I didn't. My tent didn't have a fan.
We had a fan.
Yeah. Her and her sister Misty and her daughter Jazmin was in one tent, and me and Michelle Ralston and Erin Stump were in the other tent, and none of us had air mattresses. They had air mattresses and a fan.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
And me and Erin and Michelle was on the ground. And no covers because we were hot.
But it turned out to be a great event. And it was my sister's second time at camping. So I'm really proud that she braved it again and didn't let herself be scared or get talked out of it. And I was excited for my daughter, of course, to be there, and then all the girls. So we had our little good night session that we normally do, and it was lights out.
Good
night, Mary.
Yeah.
Sue Ellen.
Yeah, but I was really proud of Misty also, because I was in the tent the very first time she camped out at the Mother Mascara event. So she was in the tent beside of us, and it was really nice to know that she was more comfortable with it, and she just went right to sleep.
She did really good. And we actually all slept good. We were absolutely exhausted. The next morning, got up and recapped the night and just had a good time powwowing.
Didn't you see my picture?
Planning for the
next morning of me getting up. I didn't look too good.
No, I didn't see it.
So it's the morning after catfishing, and this is like matted hot day after mess of sweating, and I don't know, I might have got, what we get, about 4 hours of sleep maybe? I don't know. But anyway,
4.
Let's just take a look here.
Oh, no. Go away.
I don't think we moved once we did go to sleep. But,
Erin did to put a sweatshirt on, but that's it.
Yeah, it got cold as crap.
Yeah.
Jesus. And then I kept getting colder, and I raised up, and y'all was under covers, and I was like, oh, well, I was the last one under covers. I went.
Yeah, I got under covers. I did. So,
so bright. Oh, my God.
we, slept on tree roots and rocks.
Yeah, my back.
Yeah,
too
I'm
old.
feeling the effects of that this morning.
Shh, don't tell Tina or Linda.
They went to a hotel.
Wusses.
Yeah, I agree, Michelle. Wusses. But, we toughed it out. So,
that's a good word.
Wildlife women toughed it out. But I've come to the conclusion right now that once I find a porta potty, I gotta make some coffee. Bridget claims nobody should drink my coffee, but a few other people that drink it like it.
I need to drink your coffee so I can get home.
By home, do you mean where you live or with Jesus? Because it may send you there. Just
No, I've had her coffee just so I can get home.
I am not a catfishing fan. Didn't catch anything. It was hot. So I'm not the most patient person in the world. So sitting there was not my cup of tea. And did I mention it was hot? Hot. So I don't know. We'll be hard pressed to try this again.
We're gonna have to go.
I don't think your coffee's that bad.
No, it was great at Mud and Mascara, I'm just going to tell you.
See? I'm pretty good.
Oh my God, I don't know how I laid, but...
I don't know, but something hurts.
I honestly hurt in places that I didn't know I could hurt.
Well, Linda's gone out there. And by Linda, we don't mean Linda.
Yeah, not a Linda.
Try to tell us about that, Linda.
Maybe a
Erin.
Larry.
So, early on yesterday, we had to run several not women off from our ladies only catfishing tournament, and one of them introduced himself to me as Linda, and Linda fished the other pond the whole night, so every time I would see him I'd be like, oh hey Linda, how's the night? And that just continued. He ended up fishing the pond we fished
after the
tournament, which he taunted us and said we couldn't make him leave now. And so it's all in good fun though. Everybody's real receptive to what we're doing, and they try to give us a hard time, but we give it right back to them, and that's where it ends.
And tell him about saying good, and we said goodnight to Linda even.
Oh yeah, so It's kind of like Wildlife Women tradition at events when we camp that we all like do like the Waltons and say good night, Bridget, good night, Melissa, good night, Erin. And so it was kind of quiet up here last night, and he was way out there at the other end of that pond, and all of a sudden you hear, good night, Linda. And that was him.
Yeah.
Way out at the fish pond. Oh my God, I feel like I have sandpaper in my eyeballs.
We're going to go check out the other tent.
I slept good.
Yeah, but they did wake up with a camera in their face.
Oh, that normally happens.
Yeah, courtesy of me.
Where's the zipper?
In the main bottom. I seen the camera.
Oh my God, I can't do this one-handed. Hold on. Okay, y'all just gonna have to deal with bad camera footage here. So, Misty.
Morning.
There's Miss Bridget with cover over her face.
Morning.
And over there's Miss Jazz.
Morning.
Morning. Y'all sleep good? Y'all got mattresses. We sleep on the ground.
I'm just about dang near sleeping on the ground.
Lord have mercy. You all, jeez.
My mattress. It's a legit mattress.
Yeah, she's got a
rollaway
legit
mattress. That's a good
They
idea.
even got a fan.
It's a rollaway mattress, man.
What the heck?
We're glamping.
They are glamping, and here we are hurting in places we've never hurt before.
I would have shared. You could have slept beside me.
Then Erin would have got jealous.
We all could have slept in here. But I would have cuddled up. We'd have shared. Talk about some stench.
Oh my God, tell us about it. Yeah, we couldn't figure out where the smell was coming from last night.
Which one stunk the worst?
Yeah, we finally figured it was us. So.
It was a stink bait for sure. Oh, it stink.
Yeah. Jazz, this is Jazz's first overnight Wildlife Women event.
Woo!
So, I'm sure
I had a few practice runs with her.
Yeah, Bridget and Jazz has done quite a few camping themselves, but this is Jazz's first Wildlife Women camping event.
I've had a good time. I actually slept pretty good last night, too.
I'd say so, on an air mattress.
I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake. Mountain Dew. I'm wide awake. I mean, it was just... I felt so wide awake, I swear. Dude. It was like, I'm wide awake. She passed out. She was like, is she breathing?
Oh my God. It's too funny.
I was like, yeah, she's breathing. She's good.
Well, so,
Are you making coffee?
yes, I'm making coffee. There you have it, folks. Wildlife Women Catfishing event, camp out. We waking up, we're going to get some coffee in us. Bridget don't like my coffee. She says not to drink my coffee, but she's asking for my coffee.
That's my story of catfishing. I'm sticking to the story of catfishing because, for one, I don't like it. For two, they're nasty. For three, they're ugly fish. And for four, they stink. So, my name is Misty. I am a wildlife woman, but I don't like catfishing.
But we had a great time and just loved getting together with the girls. It was so good that we all came and got to fish together and learned a lot about catfishing. And hopefully we'll get to do it again. I think Erin was talking about maybe setting up another catfishing event.
Miss Erin, we're ready and we're waiting for catfish for Wranglin Whiskers catfishing event too.
Except this time I'm getting the monster.
Well, I'm getting the money. Plain and simple, girls.
I'll give it one more try just to see if it was because I was so miserably hot and I was so frustrated because I wasn't catching anything. And we'll give the catfishing one more go. So anybody want to take some girls catfishing? We'll go out and go.
Wranglin Whiskers has turned out to be one of the biggest events that Wildlife Women's had to date. It was such an easy event to plan. It's been so much fun. I've received so much support from the Paylake owners, from the public, and everybody just seems to really love the idea of women fishing catfishing tournaments.
I really want to thank Wildlife Women and our chapter leader Erin for putting on such an awesome tournament. She knows that catfishing is what pulls at my heartstrings. Out of everything, I have to say probably with hunting, fishing, and everything, catfishing is up on the top of the list for me. Super excited to show them some of my skill sets and help some of the other girls, you know, learn how to do what I love to do. It was just an overall great experience. But I will say this, girls, y'all are going to have to get a little bit better at the catfishing to take this trophy.
And she ended up winning it. And I didn't even cheat to give her that. Isn't that nice? I don't know what's happening.